has just joined us on GBN's television. We say good morning to you and welcome to the mid-morning buzz. We're getting straight into it. We're heading straight to Woodlands as we do every Wednesday, the good Lord's willing. And I know have Chris Salandy and the team. They're waiting down there to bring us up to speed on everything that's happening at the Wireman's house. Chris, good morning and welcome to another program here on the Wireman's house. How are you?
Yeah, we're pretty good. Good morning. How are you doing?
As per usual, I'm always in a good mood. Always in a good mood and enjoying life.
Well, of course, it's Wednesday.
It is Wednesday, no doubt, and we know there's always something exciting happening at the Wireman's house. So I'm not going to waste time. I want to let you jump in and give me all of the exciting news.
We've been joined with Mr. Kieran Lewis.
Good morning, Kieran.
Right.
Good morning, good morning.
Right. So basically what we are doing today, right, we are doing transformers. Okay? So we'll be showing the different sides. So we have all the different sides of transformers here. As you can see, different sides, different types of transformers. Right? So what we'll be doing, right, we'll be giving a little bit of information, right, of how to size the transformers, right, how to get the correct fuse, right, for your transformers, and also, we'll be showing you how to change the plugs, how to connect the wires to the plug and stuff, So we have a nice show today.
Good,
right?
sounds exciting.
Yes, right, and also, right, as you can see here, right, from today, you'll get a 10% discount on the transformers.
That's right.
You said that so softly. As though I'm the only person you wanted to hear.
All right. So you want to put more vibes and tape. Okay. Come down to the Wireman's house starting today, and you get 10% off your transformers.
Well, all of Grenada and the rest of the diaspora heard you now.
Yeah. Right. So do you have 110 at home?
Yes, I do.
You do?
Uh-huh.
A transformer, that's the plug in your phone, right?
Oh, no. I actually have about 4 transformers at home.
There are four transformers?
Oh. Yes.
Okay.
So I have transformers that is sized at very location based on what has to connect to them.
Okay.
So I have transformers for
a little while ago, I thought you was talking about Optimus Prime.
No, if you want to talk about Optimus Prime, that's right down my alley. I'm trying to resist the temptation.
All right, so let's get into it, right? So basically, we have our transformers with plugs, right? So this is, you can see here, right? It starts at
200 watts.
200 or 150 watts, right? Up to 250, right? And also we have our strip, right? Starts from 3,000 up to 10,000 watts. Okay, and also we have our twin transformer, right? As you can see, it's at the back here, right? So that range at from 1,500, right, to 10,000 as well.
Okay.
And also we have our 12-volt transformer from 105 watts and 150 watts as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We also have our 12 and 24 watts transformer.
Right. So while we at let's go back to those are the smaller voltage, the last ones you gave there, the 12 volts.
Yes. Yeah, the 12 volts.
Right. What would be the primary use or functions of those smaller units?
All right. Well, yeah, good timing, because I was now actually going to switch over to Mr. Lewis, right, and he will get into the more details of the transformer.
Great. Let's do this, buddy.
All right. So we'll start with small mini transformers. Those basically are used for, like, if you have a light to actually use them types of pin. Like in your home, like it's a type of pins, you can use those to power them up, just in case those what you have is faulty. They could be replaced with those. We have those here for 12, 24 volts applications. So if you have anything that is 24 volts and you need something to break down the 110 or 220 current to supply it, then we have this. Also, we have this one here. This one falls in the same category as the other two I mentioned earlier. Same applications. And then we have this here. This is basically used for lights. So if you have any light fixtures that have this type of 12-volt power supply, then you can replace it with those.
So you know me, Mr. Lewis, we do all our shopping at the Wireman's house. So what sort of equipment or devices would require me to use? I know cordless phones and so on.
Yeah, cordless
smaller
phones.
Devices.
Yes, cordless phones you could use. Even for probably your internet router and stuff, those could simply be used to replace the damaged transformers that comes with them.
Right. I know that
once they have the same amperage and everything on it, then you're good to go. So you have to make sure you read here properly, so you can see exactly this is 24 volts, and you see 24 watts, sorry, and it's 12 volts. Right.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. There are those mini ones that are a lot that has it allows you to vary the voltage, maybe from 3 volts, 5 volts up to 12.
Yeah.
You also have those available?
Yes, we have those available. Actually, we have one you could actually adjust it because the transformer will only supply the power that is what in particular you're using. You will supply that particular power to it.
Right.
So you have a range. So you say 24 watts. So if you have something from 1 watt go up to 24 watts within that range, then you will be able to supply that power to whatever you want to use it for.
Great.
Yeah. And later on down, I will demonstrate how to wire up the 13 amp plug for y'all and size a fuse. Because from time to time, persons tend to buy the transformers and the 13 amp fuse inside it. Sometimes you have to change it because the wattage of the transformer, just in case there is a power surge or overload, the fuse will burn out instead of burning your transformer or your appliances. So with that fuse on, when you convert it properly, then you'll be able to safeguard your appliances and your transformer. So you won't be replacing your transformer ever so often because of overload and such.
Right. But we are going to get into that later on.
Yes.
Okay, good. So let's talk about some of the other units that you carry.
Okay, basically we have this one here is for the marine application. So you have twin outlets on it. So you have twin outlets on them. So this one is a 5,000 watts. So basically it's for the marine applications. You have the smaller ones, if you have just as the same, but you have this one have outlets on either side. Each outlet is actually 16 amps. So on the boatyard, if you're using something that is 16 amps, you could actually use this to power whatever you want to power, recharge your batteries and stuff like that. Use your equipment and stuff. And we actually have the plugs to go with them. So just in case you're in the marina and you need a plug, we actually have the plug, the socket, outlets to go with them. So everything go hand in hand at the Wireman's house. You can't miss out.
And that plug, when you say the plug, what that serves as an adapter?
Adapter
between the transformer and the device, and whatever you connect it to.
The device, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's compatible, just the same.
Okay, got that. So for those of you that's probably just joining us, we're speaking here with Chris and Mr. Lewis from the Wireman's house, and we're going through some of the different types of transformers that they have available. We started off with the miniature size ones that you would use for that comes with adjustable voltage. If you're using
correct.
smaller devices, where it could be mobile phones, maybe you have even cordless phones and those sort of devices. It would they would accommodate it. So we're moving up from those miniature size ones to the other ones that's available. Take me through it.
Right. So for the big ones now, we have the 2005. Right. And from there now we have the one which is the hardwired ones. This is the ones you will install inside your home based on the appliances you want to use in your home. So if you want to install this, then based on the appliances you're using, is based on the wattage. So this is up to 3,000 watts.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we have the 4,000. There's this one here. We have the 5,000. And also we have the 8 and the 10. So this one here is the 8,000.
I'm getting the sense, Mr. Lewis, that it is advisable, and it would serve as good wisdom for all customers, even prior to building. You have, and I know Chris and I always have that conversation, consult with your electrician regarding the types of what sort of equipment, what is it you'll be using at home.
Yes, correct. It's because we don't want you to come and buy a transformer that basically you do not have appliances to use on it, basically. Because it doesn't make sense buying something that is actually 1,000 watts and you come and buy a transformer which is 3,000 watts. That's actually, you're burning 2,000 watts extra than you're supposed to.
And somebody's going to be smiling. We won't say who. Good morning, Prudence.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that you said that, though, because I mean, and I know I can talk about it because I know the folks at Grenlec. And Chris, we've had them on sometime last year, and we were talking about those different things. But Grenlec, very oftentimes, they encourage the customers to be very mindful as to the type of transformers that they purchase. Because the same thing you're saying, Mr. Lewis, you buy one that's pulling 3,000 watts.
Yeah.
But most you're using is, let's say, 1,000.
1,500 watts.
And you know, I just want to come in there. Remember, sometime last year as well, you know, we would have talked about paying attention to your appliances, what you buy, right? Because some of the appliances now have the energy efficient, right, reading on them. Right. So people, if you're looking for your appliances, if you're shopping around for your appliances, look for the reading, right? Look for your reading, energy efficiency reading, right? And that also can help as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you're ready to buy, you get your transformer as well. You know, so as we said, right? Once you call your electrician, talk to him. You know, let him know what plans you have. You know what appliances you want to get, and he will advise you better.
Okay, so we have we have our transformers, and you said one of the critical things is the issue of the amperage that is used on those transformers. Sometimes you say
the wattage of your appliances.
Yeah, you're saying sometimes the customers get it totally wrong.
Yeah, sometimes, because most of the times they might have appliances that is probably maybe 4,000. I don't say 4,000. You can say 2005, and they go and buy a transformer which is 1,000 watts.
Right.
And not knowing, they go and plug it on, and the transformer will end up getting burned because it's not high enough to supply the power to what they buy. So as we say, we wanted to make sure that you have the right size transformer supply for your appliances at your home, so you don't get in any mix up and burn your appliances, and then you have to come back and buy an extra transformer. You know, the inconvenience caused that.
A lot of persons, Mr. Lewis, they started off okay when they were just built. They probably had just telephone, refrigerator, television, but time goes on. Like Chris, the money flowing. So he builds the big mansion and all of that. And now he has 4 of these big fancy refrigerators. He have about 5 TVs in the house. But he has the same size.
And 4 transformers.
But he has the same size transformer that he been using, let's say 20 years ago. Can that create a potential risk in the context that while you maintaining the same size of transformer, you have increased the number of equipments in your house without even consulting a technician, a qualified person?
Yeah. That could cause a problem, yes, but at the same time, probably he's not using all of them at the same time. Okay. So he might be mindful of that. Sometimes probably be using a blender or using a microwave at the same time. You have to check on the wattage because sometimes using both of them simultaneously, that could cause a problem.
A word to the wise is enough.
Yeah.
A word to the wise is enough. Are we watching the clock, and the clock literally starts running already, 17 minutes past. I know we have to talk about the wiring of the plugs, the transformer plugs, and all of that.
Yes.
So I want to make sure we get into that.
Yeah. So I'm going to demonstrate quickly. All right. So yes, you unscrew the plug.
But while you're doing that, why would I need to change the plug anyway to start with?
Well, basically, sometimes your fuse might be blown.
Okay.
And the plug get damaged. So at the same time, you need to check. Well, have your electrician check it out for you first before you get into it, and they will advise you accordingly, and then we'll do the work for you.
Okay. So what you have there is that one a standard 3-pin plug?
Yes, that's a standard 3-pin plug, as you can see.
Okay.
With a 13 amp fuse in it.
With a 13 amp fuse. Okay.
Yeah.
For the purpose
basically the brown.
Right. Okay.
The brown wire is basically the live, which goes on the fuse spot.
So the brown is the live.
Yeah.
When you open the plug, is it marked? Does it say L? Does it say?
Yes, it does. It does. Okay. It does be engraved on it.
Right.
And actually, it's actually on the front also.
Okay.
So it gives you the lineup of what you should do.
Is there some equipment yours? Let me look. Let me see the color coding on yours. This one comes with brown, blue, and yellow.
Yellow, yeah.
Do they yellow and green? Do they come with varied colors, or the colors standard?
Well, the colors are basically standard, yes, but at the same time, some of them comes with different color, so as like the white and black.
Right.
Yeah, that would basically be for more 110.
Okay.
So the blue here, hold on.
So for those of you that's just joining us, what we are in the process of doing now, we linked up with our friends at the Wireman's house, and what is it that they're doing is taking us through the process of changing your plug on your transformers. Maybe for whatever reason you've had to replace it. It's possible maybe because of overload, the fuse would have burnt, and we've now replaced the fuse, and we've purchased a new plug. So Mr. Lewis is doing the rewiring for you, demonstrating it. The brown is the live. Take us through it.
The brown is a live. The green and yellow is a hot, and the blue is a neutral. So you can't go wrong.
What happens if you do wire them incorrectly?
Incorrectly, then you're gonna have electrical problem where something will short out.
It will short out.
And it will damage your transformer in the process.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's just get a nice tight close up look at that. Right. So excellent
the
close up. Right. So the brown goes to that's the live.
Yeah. The blue, neutral. And the earth which is a green and yellow. Earth is always earth. Earth is always green and yellow.
So that is standard. Green and yellow.
That is standard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And before you actually close it, because I'm happy I have you here today. I know we've talked about in the past the importance of the fuse, getting the right amperage for the fuse, And
Yes.
some folks, Mr. Lewis, they get into a habit of trying to bridge these devices using foil paper.
That is definitely dangerous.
That is a no-no.
That is a no-no.
And I want to say
Once
for
you
those
start, once you start doing that, that's a no-no.
that's a no-no. And I just wanted
Yeah,
you to
because-
re-emphasize it for those of you that's home.
Yeah.
It's a culture that we've gotten into. You know, we run out of the fuse. So even for regular homemade home adapters, we just get a piece of foil paper and we bridge
Yeah.
it. And we tell ourselves,
Yeah,
okay,
they put it in it, and that will cause a problem.
right.
Yeah,
So we've
that will
come.
cause fire actually, because what will happen? The current will be continuous flowing back and forth in the plug, and that will cause them terminals here to get heated up, and you start to melt the plug,
So
and
that's
eventually this will start a fire.
so that is accident waiting to happen sooner rather than later.
Yes.
Sooner rather than later. Okay. So
Yeah.
we've opened the plug. We've put the different wirings to each of the appropriate terminals.
Yeah. All right, so there you have it. Plugs wired up correctly and intact. And actually, you may do the calculation for you also with the fuse. So you have, so if you have a 1000 watt transformer,
Uh-huh.
right? So you calculate 1000 divided by 110 equals to 8.3 amps. So basically, for the 1000 watts, you will have to get a 8.3 fuse to put in the plug.
Oh, well, well, thank you, Mr. Lewis. That I usually that was a guessing. Well, I mean, I don't normally mess around with those things, but you see, and that's
Yeah.
okay. So you can, so as a homeowner, those are things
Yeah.
you can learn by the way.
Yes, you can.
Yeah. Okay. So the easiest, simple way you're saying, what you do, you take the wattage.
The wattage, and you divide it by the voltage of the
voltage.
transformer, which is 110.
Which is
Yeah.
110. So my transformer is 2000 volts. My wattage is 120. But what's the difference though? If I use 110, or I put 110 or 120, it would take me within the same range, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. It
would take you to
but
the same
to be
range.
more accurate, you use a 110.
You use 110.
Yeah.
Can I take a fuse from one device and implant it into another?
Well, you can, and
Let's assume I'm going on the premise that I'm not using it anymore. I'm not using the quick. So I have those old adapters at home, and I'm not using it, but there is an amp in it, and the amp is and the amp is sitting there, and I use one. It carries, let's say, 13 volts. I need an amp that is 13 volts, and it is just sitting there in it. Can I use it, or would you advise I always go purchase a new one?
Well, most likely, I will recommend I purchase a new one, because most time, if you have something laying around like that, sometimes the fuse might be worn out.
Right.
Yeah, it might be worn out. So I would recommend that you purchase a new one, because most time you have something laying around like that, sometimes the fuse probably blown and you rest it aside and you forget about it. So I would recommend that you get a new fuse instead of using the old one.
You get a new fuse instead of using
Yeah.
the old one. Okay, sounds great. Have we wrapped up? Are we completed? Have we completed our wiring, Mr. Lewis?
Yes, we have.
So, folks,
Well, actually, I want to just bring your attention to a transformer that we forgot to mention to the front.
That's a big fella.
Yeah, that's a big fella. Actually, this one you can use it on the construction site also, and you can use it in the boatyard application too.
Okay.
So
okay.
each outlets have a breaker built in the transformer. So even in case you have any issue with a particular outlet, you could always switch it off and continue using the transformer in the event that something happened.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good. The one thing, Chris, that we can't say, thank you, Mr. Lewis. Thank you very much. The one
It's been
thing,
a pleasure.
Indeed, it was. The one thing we can't say too much of, the fact that the 10%. Last week, every week there is a special at the Wireman's house. There's a 10% discount. What is a 10% discount on specifically?
All right, on the transformers. Right. Everything that you see here, right today, you get an actual 10% off on.
And again, we want to remind our listeners and viewers that it's a 10% that started on Monday at the start of the week, or it starts today.
It starts today.
Starts today.
Yeah, starts today.
So that 10% goes up until next week, Wednesday.
Definitely.
Okay. So that just said a little bit of on. It means until you hear us or see us again, don't bother.
Yeah.
You just run down to the Wireman's house, get what you have to get, and wait until next week, Wednesday, until you hear what a discount again. Or maybe what you should do, folks, I just suggest every day, just go to the Wireman's house because you know something going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I don't want to forget to mention that we actually have copper fittings available for those who are interested in the copper fittings. We have the compression and the solder type. We also have your silicones, painter silicones. We have wood glue. We have WD-40, and we actually have the marine silicone for marine applications. As we was relating to the transformers and everything else, with the marine, we use the silicone for that purpose. Actually, we have propane gas with a nozzle also for your welding purposes.
You're only making.
I would give her to Salandy now as he.
All right. So Joe, we have a little bit of information, right, where it relates to the opening and the closing of the store.
Okay. Tell me.
Right. Normally we would have open from 8 in the morning till 4 in the evening.
Yeah.
Right. So from today, right, we went up an extra hour. Right. So now you can come and shop at the Wireman's house from 8 in the morning till 5 o'clock in the evening.
Nice. That sounds quite good.
Yeah, of course. You can't get it better. You can't get it better. Only at the Wireman's house.
And to the extension of the hours, you you do allow for catalog ordering, persons calling online, and so all of those facilities, they remain in place.
Remain. The only thing has changed is just the opening and closing hours. That's it.
I can't see anything wrong with that. I mean,
we do free delivery within St. George's as well. So we're asking customers, to come and shop. You use up. You have a large range of access for certain things. All you have to do is just ask about it.
Just ask about it. If you, even if they're low on cash, because you do also offer varied credit facilities, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
There's the layaway. I know you do offer the course ready finance application as well.
Yeah. Yes. It's shopping at the Wireman's house is very easy, right? It's no hassle. It's very easy, very simple.
Very easy and very little hassle. We can tell you, of course, you're getting 10% discount on all Transformers store-wise. Doesn't matter what size, what purpose, what's its application. You get a 10% discount on all of the Transformers that you see. And again, reminding you, just of course, because today was a learning exercise for me. If you ever concerned, the question is, how do you calculate again, Mr. Lewis, the size of the fuse that you need?
Yeah,
you
actually divide the wattage by the voltage,
and that tells you exactly.
Tell you what amps of fuse you have to get for your transformer.
So no longer when you go to the Wireman's house, you had to sing as though you're clueless. You could sing as though you're a qualified technician. You tell them, listen, I want a 13 amp fuse. Boss, you didn't hear me when I said 13 amps. What happened? I ain't joking that, I appreciate it, gentlemen. I appreciate it. Again, Chris, before you go, you talk about opening hours. Again, we remind folks on the different platforms, they can reach you via social media.
Yeah, social media. Facebook. We're also on Instagram. right? Our number is 443-5577. WhatsApp number 449-5577. And also you can send us an email at thewiremansoaps@gmail.com. And also sales@thewiremansoaps.com.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Mr. Lewis. And looking forward again with much anticipation for another episode where we link up, as you do every Wednesday, with the wonderful folks at the Wireman's House. Reminding you that, of course, the operational hours is extended until 5 o'clock. So you want to make sure you take advantage. You can't go. Certainly feel free to give them a call, send them an email. And if you broke, then ask them about their layaway services, or even talk to them about their court-ready finance application that can be made available to you. Gentlemen, thanks a lot. All the best. Until we do this next week, God bless.
All right, take care.
29 minutes until the hour. When you do need a friend, I can safely tell you that you could lean on the Wireman's House.